Some of you need to stop buying these MIDI files.
Mr. Cory Henry, everybody.
Let's give you a story. A guy, we'll call him TJ. That's not the real name, but we'll call him TJ. TJ wants to sound like Cory Henry, and he doesn't. So he comes to my channel, he sees the notes on the screen, he sees that I'm offering a MIDI file, so he goes to the description area, he clicks the link, he purchases the MIDI file, he opens it up, he realizes he can slow down the notes and everything, so he learns the song that way. And then for some reason, he still doesn't sound like Cory Henry. He still can't sound like him. So what's going on here? Today we're going to look at two things. We're going to look at the secret to Cory Henry's chords. And we're also going to look at why you still won't sound like him, even after you know the secret. All right, let's go. 4 major chord qualities: major, minor, diminished, and augmented. So which of these do you think Cory is not using? Which one of these triads is he not using? All right, take a minute to vote on the screen. All right, let's get into some stuff, and I want to open your mind up with some of the concepts of triads today. All right, so let's get started. In order to appreciate the context of this song, we need to really understand what's going on and give respect to the original artist. Again, this song was composed by the late Melvin Crispell, and so Cory is performing this as a tribute to him at his homegoing service. I'm going to put a link up so you can, because really, in order to understand what he's doing, you need to understand what Cory was improvising from. He's improvising the song "Wonderful Is Your Name" by Hezekiah Walker. So you want to understand the context that he's taking his chords from. And Cory is showing an amazing amount of respect and deference to the late Melvin Crispell in the way that he approaches this song. And you're going to see some of that. He doesn't really change. He keeps the melody in place. He even keeps the order in place at the time that he goes into the vamp and the chorus and verse and whatnot. So he's showing an amazing amount of deference and respect. And I want to make sure that I do the same thing in giving you this tutorial. Because this was a service for his homegoing. Now, there are several emotions present. And remember, you want to look at music in the context of emotions. It's not just, well, what's this chord? What's that chord? It's the emotional context of the music. Okay, so let's look at, I'm going to show you some of the secrets he used, but this service is a mix of emotions. You have to understand that in order to understand the context of the chords and what makes this performance so powerful. Because this, the service is a homegoing service. It's a celebration of his life. It's a celebration of all the things that he has done, right? But at the same time, people, they still feel a little bit, they're conflicted because, we're supposed to feel sad. We're sad that he's not here, but we're celebrating him. See what I'm saying? And so you have conflicting emotions. You have conflicting emotions going on, which this song entails. It grabs those and it brings them together. That's what makes it powerful. It's not just the chords. It's not just, okay, he's using this chord and that chord. And so let's do this. Let's go through this, and I want to do this tutorial in the context of all that I said. Okay, and we're going to start by looking at the use of triads, and what we have on the screen right now are the 4 major types of triads, and we're going to look and I'm going to play this song. I'm going to stop at a section that we like, and I'm going to see what was going on, the type of triad he was using, and go from there. Okay, so let's start from the beginning. Notice he's keeping the melody intact. Everybody can tell what this song is. Let's stop. Let's see that one. Let's see that one. Let's play that again. What's that? That chord right there. That movement. It was a quick passing chord there. Okay, so of the four, which do you think that is? Let me play that little phrase again. Okay, the answer is, let me show you what he was doing. Diminished chord. He's doing a diminished. Okay, so because normally the song will go, right? Normally, that's the original version. And he's going, okay, so he's doing a quick passing movement. And the notes would be, but he's adding this. Now remember, this is just a inverted diminished because the diminished would be here. Okay, so here's an example of a diminished chord. And remember, diminished chords create tension. They give tension. And remember, the emotional context of the audience, okay, goes from this tension to the release, right? So, and then goes right back to the song. So he's teasing you with the tension, but not actually hitting it. All right, let's keep going. What should I show that? No, get the MIDI file. I'm not going to show everything. Okay, and then we recognize this as a familiar part of the song. And of course, that's a very popular movement there. Everybody should know that, but if you don't, it's just a... Okay, so, and you can... Or you can actually do that with just moving one note. You can just move the bottom note too. You can go like that. And then move the others. Like that, if you wanted to. A lot of different ways to play those chord structures. Nah, you can get that from me. Oh, those chords are beautiful. I'm not going to show those either because, again, we just can't show you everything. Those of you who get the MIDI file, obviously, you're going to see all the notes for these. You can slow them down and see what they are. But remember, I'm trying to show something else here. A lot of this, can't be replicated very well with the keyboard, obviously, because he's using a lot of the draw bars to create the effects that he's needing. Okay, now he's changing the rhythm up a little bit here. I'm gonna skip forward a little bit here. No. Let me. Okay, I know someone's gonna be asking about that. He's going. That's actually just a tritone there. All right, so he's just using the tritone there and the C tritone. Well, it's an E tritone, but again, it may be easier looking at it as a C dominant 7 chord. But I've always told people that when you're playing a certain tritone, you should memorize the bass line that goes with that tritone. So with the E tritone, the C works on that. Okay, and it's always going to be a third down from the bottom note, the root of the tritone. All right, let's do that. Let's do those chords there. All right, so what I want you to do here, well, what type of chords are those? I'm going to say that those chords are mostly major chords. Okay, so when we examine them, let's give those to you. I said mostly, they're not all majors. And we're going to do the chords. We're going to do the chords. I'm not going to so much do the run with it, but I want you to practice the context that the run is used in. So that first chord is going to be, okay, which is a G minor chord inverted. A D minor chord inverted. Then here he's using a major chord, a C major chord, a D major chord, D flat, G flat major 7 chord, A flat major 7 chord, B flat major. So here's an example of he's using majors now. He's using majors, but the reason it works is because he's using this run in the context of what would normally be minor chords at this point. So that's why it sounds like that. I'm gonna play it with him so you can hear it. Okay, so now, those are the chords that he used, and then that run that he did. I'm gonna go real slow here. Okay, so, and then he starts this run because he wants to start it when he gets to the major portion. Okay, did you hear how I did that? Look at it slowly. I mean, now I already told you the chord progression. Right? I already told you the chord progression. So now I need you to, and if you're on a keyboard, you should be playing this with me. So because you need to actually do these, because he obviously did these with both hands, right? So you need to be able to, I would probably just focus on doing this with the left hand first, making sure you have the chords right. Right? And then however you want. I know I'm voicing it a little bit differently each time, but you know. So, da, first chord, second chord, start the lick. All right, try that again. See how that worked? And then he's there. And I added some extra notes in there myself because at the point where he finishes that run, it's not audible. So and you'll hear me play my interpretation from listening to him and using my ear of what happened. Okay, there's a lot of interpretation going on. Let me show you. Actually, here it is right here so you can see. This is a MIDI file playing here. Okay, so keep on going. Major chords, mostly majors. So what do you think that is? Major, minor, diminished, or augmented? What's going on there? What do you think those are? So let's see that again. All right. I'm gonna tell you what they are. They are minor chord. They are minor. He's just doing minors. Here's what's actually going on. So he's doing that. But the minor third would be, right? Right? So that would be a minor third. But he's taking that E, moving it down here. Okay, so listen to that again. Right? So okay, so let's try it again. And then he goes on. So those are minors. Then he does a a diminished arpeggio. And then he uses minor inversions. Minor inversions are all throughout the song. Okay, so I'm trying to remember what I played for the MIDI file here. All right, so let's try it again. All right, so you got it. All of those are minors, by the way. So all of those are minor inversions. Okay, so, and you know what's interesting about this is that we can see he uses a majority. He's not just sticking with one type of chord quality, but he's using all. And let's do one more. Check this out. This is the one that everybody's likes on the video. So I'll do this one. All right. Let's examine those. I had to pause the video because I had to go find another video that I did. I want you to listen to something that I said in another video. Very interesting here. This is the video I did of Cory Henry playing I Will Bless the Lord. One of the most popular MIDI files that actually I have. A lot of people have gotten this MIDI file and enjoyed this video a lot. And I want to show you something I said here. And then you have your augmented. Let me scroll that back a little bit. You have your diminished chord. And then you have your augmented, where the fifth is raised. Now he doesn't use a lot of augmented. The key to this
That
song,
poor augmented chord doesn't get any kind of love.
I counted a total. I counted a total of about 15 diminished chords.
Oh, so you counting the diminished?
15 of the diminished types of chords, and that was about. I wasn't all the way through when I counted, but I stopped it around, I don't know, a little over halfway. He had used about 15, but the minor chords he had used were about 30.
Oh, you counting the?
So I would say then that
You counting the diminished?
between, and he used some major ninths and major sevenths.
And you counting the
as well,
majors?
but,
So you counting the diminished chords, the minor chords, and the major chords, and of the four core qualities, the augmented is the augmented that gets no love. Look at this, because people don't even think of augmented when they're doing chords, right? They're not, you know. You think minor chords in a heartbeat, and you'll think diminished, but nobody wants to think of augmented. Well, let me blow your minds real quick. Let's blow your minds here. Sean Wilson Piano says that he don't like augmented chords. Check this out. I'm about to show you that those are augmented. I'm about to show you. This chord here, the very first chord, is going to be okay, so it's an augmented chord, and then the next chord is an augmented chord. So he's going. Now, when you first look at this is I need to kind of step back a little bit. When I first heard this, I just thought that they were straight majors. I thought he was just trading off. What gave it its sound was that he was kind of going from major to minor. So let me go into it so I can hear something here. Yeah, I thought he was just going. I was kind of hearing majors, but that's definitely not what he's playing. That's definitely not what he's playing. So he's got an augmented chord here. I meant to do that. Right. But what happens is you miss it with that F being there, because now you don't want to call it. You want to call it. You really want to call this a G major 7 sharp 5, right? You're tempted. What I mean by you want to call it, you're tempted to call it that. And then by calling it that, you miss the beauty of what it actually is. Because by seeing it as an augmented, this F is part of the melody line. I don't need that in order to establish what is actually going on here. It's actually, right? Augmented, major, augmented, major, augmented. This is so interesting because, and I actually had to I'm actually slowing down on this because and the teaching may not even seem as fluid, simply because augmented chords aren't something that I'm used to throwing into the playing, especially not in the manner that he's using them. But what he's doing are augmented chords. So, and let me make sure I have so that's in that chord. Okay, so then that's your first chord because that's that augmented. And this is the reason why I don't want people to just say, I don't want people just telling me the notes. This is a G sharp, this is a G flat, B flat, D. No, I want to know the quality. I need to know the quality. Because I need to know when I need to go and grab that sound and use it in other ways. I don't even want to know that this is a G7 sharp 5. I need to know the basic quality, that I am using augmented chords and alternating them with major chords. That's what I need, right? So, major, augmented, major, augmented. Not an E major 7 flat sharp 5, augmented. Augmented, okay? They're augmented chords. Now, this is the reason I say this stuff will blow your mind, because people don't think in terms of augmented chords. They're not thinking in terms of Cory is actually pulling from all 4 chord qualities. He's not just sticking with that one, like I said in the video before, and saying, well, the augmenteds we're not using. That he actually is implementing all 4 in various ways, whether they're inverted, whether they're open, or whether they're just straight, triads without inversions. So that's the beauty of what's going on here. Hear it? just in case you wanted that. Those are just major chords. All right. Now listen. Let's go back. Let's take a step back. Okay. So, what is so powerful, and with all due respect to the late Melvin Crispell, and who composed this song, is that at one level, there's two levels of this. One level is that he actually is using variations of all four basic chord qualities. We like to go so fancy. We want to be able to just play things that are so fancy that even Cordy will have a hard time, naming, and Cordy names everything. Okay. Cordy's the app that I use to show the notes on the screen, by the way. I'll put a link. I don't think I've ever put a link up here for this program. We'll put one up for you. But guess what? When it comes down to it, go basic. Go basic first. Don't go advanced first. Go basic first. Try to understand things at a basic level. And that's why when I was showing you that one where he was doing the runs, that thing there, it's more important that you get those chords nice and slow than you get the run that goes along with that. And I would rather you practice the chords along with him so that you have an understanding of kind of the chord tones that he, was trying to convey. But let's go one step further. Let's go one step further than this. See, the reason I said don't buy the MIDI file, the hardest thing about creating the MIDI files is not trying to find the notes. Capturing the notes is pretty simple, actually. This song, compared to some of the other songs that I've done, especially, wasn't difficult for me to capture the notes. The issue of music is moving beyond capturing the notes to capturing the heart and the emotions and the feelings. And all of that together comes in what I would call capturing that person's soul. Now, we're talking about from music, so the touch, the feelings that they were trying to convey, the feelings of the audience, the feeling that the chords were intended to convey, some of the technique and form that the person had. You see, the reason why that story at the beginning I told where he got the MIDI file, he rehearsed the MIDI file but still doesn't sound like Cory, is because he doesn't understand. He never tried to capture the meaning. See, you're looking at music too robotically, like it's some kind of a math formula, right? And it's not a math formula. It's not something that you're going to get by just studying like you do with a math paper. Because at the end of the day, you're gonna have to get emotional. You're gonna have to find out what are the emotions that you're trying to convey, and what emotions are you feeling, and are you expressing those through your playing. Because if you're not, get off the piano. And I'm not trying to be, I'm not trying to be rude. Okay, I'm not trying to be rude. But what makes this effective is the emotional context of the song. And you have to be able to take this MIDI file, and that's part of my challenge, right? Because I can play it note for note, but it will not sound exactly like him. It can't. And the best that I can hope to do is to capture some of the soul of what he's playing, the soul of it, right? And so you know what that is. Only you know what's gonna make you feel a certain thing. And if you're not feeling it, stop playing it. Like, really, like, you have to like it. You have to enjoy it, and you have to know what emotion you are trying to convey. I'm not sure I can say anything else outside of that.